Hey guys, happy Monday. Let's get down to business. Don't drop 10 or 20 grand on financial training, coaching, whatever. Just, your business more than anybody. Retreats are nice, conferences are nice, but it should be something that you can do as an extra. And in order to get that extra, obviously you have to have time on your hands. Don't just go and drop 10 or 20 grand on coaching or something like that. I am a fractional CFO, bookkeeper, accountant. Sometimes all you need is the service. You need the service done. You need a relationship built with the person that is doing the numbers, who's going to own that for you. I've met these guys that you're waiting for the shoe to drop. You're waiting for, okay, when are you going to help me get there? And they never do, right? Their job is to do education. And that's fine. Everybody needs a good education. But what I'm telling you is, before you just think that's going to be your solution, I'm going to go drop 10 or 20 grand and I'm going to become well-trained in everything. Our biggest thing here is teaching you about your books. Are your QuickBooks configured to your business? Everybody likes to say at the end of the year, I got a tax guy. I give the tax guy all the information and he does his thing and it's external to my business and he does it and we're good and we check that box, right? But bookkeeping, accounting, it's your business. It should be configured to you. So the way that your balance sheet looks, the way that your P&L looks, the type of things that you track, the way that you look at your margin, do I know if I'm making money? And when am I going to make that money? Am I making it now? And if I'm making it now, why am I not saving? Am I putting anything away from that theoretical profit? Right? Everything about your accounting should be your business, not the way that you think about tax, where it's external, just keep the government away from me. The accounting gets close to the chest because it tells you, here's how much you're making. If you want to pay your mortgage, you want to put your kids into school, I don't care what you want to do with your money, but you got to go, is it my money or not? You want to keep paying your staff. If you want your business to stay as a going concern, you've got to keep paying your staff. You've got to keep paying your rent, equipment. That is not going to go away, right? So how do I know what is really mine to keep? How do I know if I'm being profitable? These are all the questions that real business owners should be asking. That's the type of stuff that we like to work with you on. And it's not a upfront charge of 10 and 20 grand. It's, hey, let's try $400 of a professional level bookkeeping service. And we don't tie you into a contract. It's working with us. And by the way, conversation is always free. So you build a relationship first. Then if you go, you know what, I think Chad can probably handle my books, or he can't. It's too complicated for him, or he can, or we can come up with an efficient way to work back and forth virtually. I'll meet you in person if you're within a certain radius, but otherwise we can do this virtually. This is the type of stuff that I'm thinking of right now. It came to mind because there's a ton of ads out there where people are just like, yeah, sign up for the super masterclass. And it's just like, man, you're going to blow through a bunch of money. Now, I believe in education. You're going to always do great to educate yourself, but sometimes it's about prioritization. If you don't have solid categorization, solid QuickBooks, priority number one is get that dialed in. Everybody's got online banking, so you just need to tie that into your QuickBooks. You need to make sure your categorization, your chart of accounts is really well defined and set up. And you need to make sure that whether you're doing cash or accrual basis, doesn't matter to me, but we'll talk about that configuration. You can understand how to read your balance sheet and your P&L consistently, and you can tell people about your business, whether it's your staff or others that are advisors. Here is where the business is leaking profitability. For example, you might know that your residential versus your commercial is doing really well. But you need a business development person to come in there and get you more leads. If you're losing 50 cents per watermelon, don't go out and buy a bigger truck to buy more watermelons, right? Like maybe you need to change your pricing, or you need to change your sourcing, or you need to change something, but get that dialed in. Your books are your business. It's your story. It's what you're building. That, along with your budget and your forecast, is going to really be the best tool that you can use to manage your finances and to understand the growth of your business. And so you start there, and then you can add on the other layers. Like, okay, yeah, now that I have that managed, I need to get more education, go to more conferences. I need to meet people. I need to kind of get myself in a different environment than I've ever been. But the core elements of building a business is sales, expense, your people, accounting. It's just tracking it really well and being dialed in.